Hello everybody, I'm Ernest. So today we're going to be talking about this Bear Creek upper that I bought. I want to build, from what I understand on the internet, is SPR. Basically a long range 5.56, 223, something that I can use for target shooting out to range. So I got this Bear Creek from a deal alert I heard from 704 Tactical. I don't know if that guy is good for me or not, because every time he does one of those things I end up buying something. So anyway, I got one of these uppers chambered in what is it, 223 Wild, or is it 5.56 or Wild? I don't remember. But it is a chambering that allows you to use 5.56 and 223 with a more precise, accurate shooting capabilities, my understanding. And it also, and with that it can handle the higher pressures of the 5.56 and the 223. They all can work in here. And to make it even more accurate, it's an 18-inch 17 it's an 18-inch stainless steel barrel, 1/8 twist, and it is fluted, but it feels heavy. So it's a heavy barrel. It's not a lightweight barrel. It's a precision barrel. And when he was shooting it, it was he was shooting like less than 1 inch MOA. Now this particular one is a side charger, which I kind of like. I wish, I do like the dust cover, because you can close it up and debris and stuff can't get in there. But I won't be using this upper like that. Now this particular one is called a dual charger. So it'll have the regular charging handle in the back and the side charger. I'll probably never use this. Most of the time when I do these ARs, the first thing I do is I add a enhanced charging handle, because of the scope, me being left-handed and all that. Left eye dominant, so that means I shoot on my left side, but I'm right-handed. I don't know if you've ever seen that. There's not too many of us, but it is a thing that you're left eye dominant, but you're right-handed. It's funny because when I shoot my pistol, I shoot right-handed, but when I shoot with the firearm, it's left-handed. I know y'all might find that weird. I don't know. That's just the way I was built. So that's what my intentions are with this upper, is to build a longer distance AR that's chambered in 5.56. Some people call them SPR, special purpose rifles, or something like that. I don't know if I'm saying that correct. I've seen other people, MK12 is a military version of that and all that. I don't know all that stuff. I just know that I want something that can shoot longer range. With the 18-inch, I should get a little bit more velocity. I watched some videos on that, and it's like 180 feet or so, 160 feet per second faster than a 16-inch barrel, which will make a difference out to range, out to 300 on above. That extra 180 feet, 160 feet, it might make a difference. I don't know. Optics. These are some rings, but I just found out that they're 30 millimeters, which the scope I bought brings me up to the next point. I just got this today. Now I debated on I really wanted a 24 power scope. And some of y'all might say, well, you don't need that much power. I get it. But I like to spot things, like when I target shoot, I can't, especially on a 223, I have a hard time seeing where the impact is on the target. And instead of carrying a spotting scope, I use my 24 power scope, and I can usually tell where I'm hitting on the paper and how good my groups are. And, you know, instead of walking all the way down there and checking out the target. But I don't want to spend a lot of money. If you've seen some of my guns, I don't spend a whole lot of money like a lot of people do and buy the real expensive scopes. I got a $230 upper, and all the scopes, I didn't want to go too cheap, and the Monstroms 24 powers were like 200 and above, which is still very good. And I've gotten to really like the Monstrum scopes because they're kind of a value scope. It's not, and as far as I can tell, it's not cheap. The ones I have several. I've never had any problems with them, and good glass and everything. So again, 704 Tactical advertised a deal on Amazon that the Monstrum scopes were going on sale, and they just happened to have this scope that I'm about to show you. Comes with rings. Now this is a 1-inch tube, so these 30 millimeters, I think I have sleeves for them so they can hold a 1-inch tube, but I don't know, I might just go with the ones that it came with, or just buy some new ones, some offset. I like to buy those, I think they're called cantilever mounts, but I don't know, I might try these on and see how it looks and how it sits on the rifle, or I might put those sleeves on and see if I can just use these, because I do like this style. And I believe these are Monstrum. These came off another Monstrum that I bought, but I went and bought a 1-piece, and I had these left over, and it was a 30 millimeter scope. So here is the scope in question. This comes from the Guardian line. This is a 6 to 18 power scope. Comes up with flip up sights. The objective is up here in the front. I was trying to get one with the knob in the back, and if you buy the Gen 3s Monstrums, they do have the parallax back here, but this is more of a hunting type scope. I was trying to get a tactical one where I can adjust the knobs up and down, but you know, I really don't shoot like that most of the time. I'm not that great of a shot, or learned or trained in that sniper techniques and everything. I'm just not. So I got this on Amazon. It's regularly $100. I got it for $75, free shipping. So I thought that was a good deal for $75. A value scope with a value upper. It should be a good combination. Now this one does have illuminated reticles, red and green. I think it has 5 levels, and it has a mil dot or MOA reticle, and I've been very pleased with the Monstrum lines. They're a little bit on the heavy side, I think, but it's not that much weight difference, and I like that it's kind of built like a tank almost. That's the one thing I've always liked about the Monstrum. All the scopes I have from them seem to be of a heavy gauge aluminum. So let me mount this onto the upper and put the lower on it, and so you can see the whole thing all together. And and we'll go from there. So here's what the reticle looks like. I'm going to see if I can get a good view of it so you can just more or less see what it looks like. I like to use the red. I have a green spotting light, and so it contrasts against the red background when I'm shooting at night, if I were to use this at dusk or at night. But anyway, I don't know if you can make out the hash marks. Those are supposed to be 1 MOA each hash mark. A very simple reticle. Okay, so I went with the mount that came with it. It sits really nice, really low to the handguard there. Plus, it's probably a little stable, more stable than if I use those 30 millimeters and put those sleeve in it. But who knows? I might go ahead and buy me one of those one-piece deals, cantilever things, I think they're called. I just like the one-piece removability of it, and the way it looks too. I like that. But that's almost perfect the way it sits. Well, honestly, I would say it is perfect. But that's gonna be my budget build, or build, you know, who really builds an AR? We just assemble them. This is a 30 round. When I'm target shooting, I have a smaller mag. I have a 20 rounder that's a little shorter, so I can bench rest it. But it's looking pretty good. This is that, it's a Daniel Defense stock butt plate only, that I got on Amazon for like $29. I had a video on it if y'all are interested in this thing. A lot of people say, no, it's not Daniel Defense. Daniel Defense don't sell it for $25 or whatever. And it did come from China. It took a long time, but it's even written on the back here, Daniel Defense. So it is a Daniel Defense stock, or they're doing some illegal stuff. I don't know. This is a Ruger lower. This is I forget the grip I have here, but I've got it's a really nice grip. It's a little wider, gives you a good, and I put this little piece of rubber on it to give me a little texture. The downfall for this rifle would be the trigger. It's a little heavier. It's kind of heavy for target shooting. I might have to drop in a trigger. I only have one AR lower for rifles. I'm thinking about buying another one, because I have like, this lower works on my 16-inch, now my 18-inch. I think I have another one. I don't remember. I can't remember. Oh, my 7.62 by 39 16-inch too. So they all operate off this one lower. That's what I love about the AR platform. You can just swap. I can go from 7.62 to 3, was a Grendel and the Blackout, all those other types of rounds that all you got to do is just change the barrel, or like in my case, I just buy the whole uppers, you know, because they're so cheap now. Look, with this here was $230 and this was $75. Free shipping on both. So what does that come out to? That comes out to a little over $300, you know, $305, $310. I'm not very good at math, but for an upper, and is this an SPR? I don't know, or did I get that wrong? It's just a longer range AR, and what I like about this scope is my I can just put my head down and it's there. I don't have to move my head around or nothing, but as soon as I place my head down, I see the whole scope. It looks nice and clear. The reticle, and Looks pretty sweet. It is a little bit on the heavy side, you know. This is a heavy barrel and a long barrel. But what I'm going to use it for is going to be hunting, target shooting, those kind of things. But I can carry it. It's not that much heavier than a carbine. I don't think so. Maybe a pound or two. Yeah, I like this. I like this. So in the future, you're going to see some videos, me shooting this thing. I'm gonna get it sight in. I'm like I said, I'm not sure about the rings just yet. Y'all got some just suggestions? Let me know. I know the Monstrum cantilevers are like $28. I've seen them on Amazon. I bought some cheap ones that I have on other rifles that were like 15 or less. Cantilever scopes, and they had Picatinny rails on top, so that you can put a you know, a reflex sight or for those quick follow-up shots. I probably won't be doing that on this one since this one's not rigged up for that. I'm just going to use this for long range, and got me another AR for the collection. Comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.